Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today I have an open box video for you that is a continuation of another video. If you haven't yet, please like the channel and subscribe to the channel, hit notifications, because a lot of what we do here kind of has ongoing stories to it. So if you want to be able to follow along in order, if you subscribe and then you click on the little notifications bell, you'll know when we get new videos, and that way you can see them in order, and that way some of them have a little bit more of an entertainment value. No promises, no refunds. Okay, so if you didn't see it, we had a group of steel pennies that we unraveled that was in a time capsule, and I'm going to ask the engineer to kindly put a link up here that you can click on, and go ahead, engineer, anytime now. Okay, so good. At least he knows what he's doing. But this box here represents a bunch of those that we got back. We went ahead and sent them in on a bulk submission to NGC. Bulk submission is when you can send in over 100 coins at a time and they give you a discounted rate. It's available, I believe, only to dealers, and I think there may be a threshold for collectors as well. And we're going to look at this group of steel pennies and see how they came back. So first and foremost, it's everyone's favorite time. It's knife time. And I already slid open the main box. Box one, box two, so many boxes. And always remember, this is the top, because if you open them upside down, all the coins fall out. All right, so we're going to go ahead and look. This is the tube of rejects, and we'll go ahead and take a closer look at the rejects up close and personal in just a little bit here. And this is going to be some of the data points before we look at the coins. We'll talk about how many coins did not get graded, and it looks like that was 47. 47. I have a calculator with me because we don't have a statistician on staff. Mathematician, mortician, something. So this group of coins, there were, we did the 43 P, D, and S Lincoln cents, and I got 47 rejects, and we've got a bunch in MS65 and a bunch in MS66 with no mint state 67s. So for your mint state 65s, we have 22 1943s, 22 43s, and 8 43Ds. So that is, what do you got there? 44 plus 8. Boy, that's like, that's going to be 52. All right, so we got 47 rejects, and we've got 52 that made the grade there, and then we've got another in the mint state 66. Only 3 1943 Phillies, 15 1943 San Franciscos, and only 2 of the 43 Denvers made the MS66 grade. So we've got another 20 coins here. So all in all, 20 and what did I say, 52. So we've got 72 winners and 47 losers. So, you know, well, I should just have the engineer put this on the screen and do it. I don't need to do this, right? I don't know. Anyways, it's a lot better than my free throw percentage. Let's put it that way. So we're going to take a closer look at these guys here and see kind of how the coins look up close and in person. And we're also going to look at some of the raw coins, and we're going to go ahead and talk about some of the pricing on these and just whether or not it was worth doing this bulk submission. So first thing, guys, we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the rejects and just see kind of what we're missing or not missing and what NGC is looking at or not looking at. So most of these coins are really nice BU coins. A lot of them have some minor spotting to them, but honestly, when I see people put together just even their raw books of Lincoln pennies. Oftentimes their steel pennies are not this brilliant. So they don't really have the same level of luster or contact-free nature to them. Because of the channel, I will likely go ahead and try to pick a few of these out and just send them in at a higher level. We have a running theory among viewers and myself a little bit now that when you send coins in on a higher level, a higher pay grade level, you actually can get a better grade. Now that also matters, that's also dependent upon you being able to grade a little bit. I mean, it's got to be in the ballpark, as they say. So I did send in coins that I had cherry picked out of the roll. So I had picked coins that were already nice. The remainder of these coins here that are raw, I mean, I'll send some in probably, but I think the remainder I'll probably just put up on our website for $5, you know, $5 each, including shipping, and you guys can have some nice pennies. Some of them will have spotting, but some of them, like this coin here, I picked this out particularly because I thought that this coin was really nice, especially the obverse. The reverse here, also very lovely. I'll probably send this one in to get graded. But let me show you some of the spotting so you get an understanding of what I'm talking about when I say spotting. It's a small but noticeable, like this one's got, at different angles it pops up. You see like it's a fingerprint wipe on there almost on the top of his forehead. But at this angle, this is once again when you get something off of eBay and they show you this angle, they're like, wow, look at this unbelievable coin. And then you're like, oh, it has a little bit of spotting to it. So most of these coins are still incredibly lustrous, but they have a little bit of spotting on them. So let me see if I can find some more examples. But I think you'll see some of that even in the certified coins. I think we'll see a few coins that are certified that also look like that. So let's look at some of the certified coins. All right, so the coins that made the grade I thought were really nice. And of course, because of what we do here, I will probably go ahead and try to maybe crack a few if I can, if I think that they're nice enough. You know, you can look at the quality of this coin here, this 43S. And we'll look at some 43Ss. Once again, just a touch of spotting on it, like I'd mentioned before on those other coins. You can see those little white spots. But overall, really high grade. Let's just start talking about these 43Ss for a minute, shall we? I'm going to go ahead and try to have some type of flow of thought here at one time. So these 43Ss, I just grabbed a couple, and I want to talk a little bit about the grade results and what NGC has on their pop report. You can see just a little bit of that spotting on there too. So these two both came back 65. Really nice coins. So, you know, the 43S, if you look at the pop report, they're actually more common in 66 than 65. So, you know, it was a little bit interesting that I got mostly 5s and then some 6s. They've got like almost 6,000 graded in 66 and about 3,600 graded in 65. The other thing that's interesting about the pricing of these coins, so the 43Ss that I saw, kind of did some research to see how they're trading online. They look like they're trading at almost the same price in 5 or 6. Yeah, that coin looks great, huh? Look at that luster flow through here. It's almost like a psychedelic lava flow. Look at that. Just that one spot on the right. How that's a great look. I mean, that's just a high luster compared to most coins that you're going to see. Yeah, it's a great looking coin. So most of these coins in 65, I was looking them up, and a lot of them were trading anywhere from $30 to $40. And then I looked them up in 66, and they're trading also in a similar price range, like maybe 35 to 45, but almost the same price. Just a little bit of that contact mark above the Liberty. Looks like is that the M for the Miami baseball team? Is that what that is? I don't sport well. So a consistent theme that I found when it came to these Lincoln cents is the gray sheet was really silly on them. But when I say really silly, I mean the gray sheet mint state 65 coins bid at like $3 and $10, and yet for all of them they sell pretty consistently in 65 for the $20 to $30 range, just no matter which of the mint marks we're talking about. So next I'm going to go ahead and look at the Philadelphia mint coins. Now the Philly mint coins had a really, I don't know what you'd say, kind of flat look to them. They're not as lustrous as the San Francisco mint coins, which is something you see consistently with silver coins. I mean, San Francisco quarters from the 40s, you see how lustrous they are compared to some of the other coins. I think of even the older 81S, 82S Morgan dollars, 80S, 79S, and the type of luster they have versus the other ones, versus the other mint marks from the other mints. The other mint marks from the other mints. All right, whoops, let me go here to, where was I going here? 66s. Let's grab a 66. So NGC in 65, there's over 6,000 of these, and there's over 9,000 in 66. They're pop reports. And so that doesn't seem to affect the value much because all three mints have pretty similar values, except those 43S's and 65 seem to be a little bit more valuable. These guys, the 43 Phillies in 65, trade from 25 to 30 bucks, and 66 like 30 to 40. Once again, gray sheet in 65 is $3, which is fascinating because clearly they're trading at much higher levels. You can see these guys. This one's got pretty good luster for the Philly mint. But you know, I didn't send in as many of these guys because they didn't have as many spots, but they also didn't have the same look, the same eye appeal. But you can see also that the surfaces on these coins are very, very contact free. And the difficulty with steel cents is, you know, longevity. You know, you hope that in these holders they really maintain their overall look, but you know, it's hard to say what something's going to look like in 20 years. You know, there's whatever environment it was exposed to when it was young can really affect how it turns out when it's old. Sounds a little bit like human beings now that I think about it. So the 43Ds, NGC's pop in 65 is like 3,500 and like 4,866. These coins, technically the 43Ds are the hardest to get in those high grades. It looks like, you know, commensurate to the population. They clearly have a lower success rate at higher grades if you just compare what NGC's populations are. And these ones do seem to trade the highest in 66. You know, they seem to pretty consistently trade over $40, and gray sheet's $50 in 66, and $10 in 65. But mint state 65 coins trade pretty similar to the 43 Phillies and the 43 San Francisco coins, in spite of the fact that you know, gray sheet has them a little bit higher. But like I said, the gray sheet seems to be off quite a bit. So the 66 coin, you can really see actually a little bit of a quality difference, I think, between the two coins. But once again, when you get down to the higher grade coins, sometimes it is splitting hairs. It can be pretty hard to tell the difference. I got one last 43 Denver and 66 here to show you. Those guys, they were hard to come by, and they seem to be hard to come by. So you can see once again that you've got really clean fields, really high luster, and overall good eye appeal on the coins. And in the 66s tend to have not as many spotting issues. So anyways, guys, So we'll play with these a little bit. I'll probably do some Kraken for a later video, but in the meantime, enjoy. Leave your comments down below. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen.